Yes, of course.
What do you usually do in your free time?
I usually go to the cinema in my free time.
How do you usually go to the cinema?
I usually go to the cinema by motorbike.
Why don't you usually go to the by bus? Go to the cinema by bus?
Because because the bus only runs from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
When do you usually go to the cinema?
I usually go to the cinema in the evening.
Why don't you usually go to the cinema in the afternoon?
Because I usually work in the afternoon.
Do you usually listen to music?
No, I don't. I don't usually listen to music.
Do you usually watch movies?
No, I don't. I don't usually watch movies.
Do you usually play sports?
Yes, I do. I usually play sports.
When do you usually play sports?
I usually play sports in the morning.
Why don't you usually play sport in the afternoon?
Because I usually work in the afternoon.
Okay, thank you very much.
What do you usually do in your free time?
In my free time, I usually study English.
And how do you usually study English?
I usually study English by phone.
By phone?
Yes.
Oh, why don't you usually study English on your laptop?
Because I don't have laptop.
And when do you usually study English?
I usually study English in the morning.
Okay, in the morning. Okay. Why don't you usually study English at night?
Because in the morning, the quietness in the morning helps me to study English the more effectively.
Yes, more effectively. Brilliant. Yes, so very good, very strong, and the structure of the sentences is really good. Well remembered, very, very good. Some of the pronunciation, listen. Listen, yes. Do you listen to music? It sounds a bit off. Effectively.
Effectively.
Yeah, so just practice that. Effectively.
Effectively.
Yeah, so just get the verb sound in. And a correction on the sentence. You wouldn't say, I study English by phone. You would say, I study English on my phone. But if you